Nigeria's biggest and professional sports television station is now located at GSA and Rehab Drive in Painesville. Intel Sports is 100% Liberian owned. It is an exclusive sports platform that provides extensive and quality local content sports programs across the country. Follow us on our Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, or better still, on our app on Google or Play Store. For business purposes, you can contact us on these numbers. Intel Sports will remain Liberia's exclusive and best sports television station. On the live conversation, the analysis and discussions with the stakeholders, players, and fans live and direct on Intel Sports. Weekend Wrap comes your way every Saturday from 10 to 12 midday. Join your presenters, Elijah Pine and Edwin Batafoyan, live and exclusive on Intel Sports.
Let me say good morning, and I want to say welcome to wherever you're watching us from, whether in the diaspora, you're in Liberia, you're watching the Weekend Wrap. There's been Elijah and Edwin Batafoyan here on this segment of our transmission here on Intel Sports. This program is intended to bring you full 2 hours discussion of the happenings during the week, ranking from Liberia Football Association, Liberia Basketball, Liberia Keyboard Federation, chess, as well as table tennis and the Taekwondo Federation. On today, we will have some discussion. This time will be about women's football, and we will be talking about how is it we are progressing in terms of women's football in Liberia. We have one of the technicians in the sector when it comes to the game. He's been coaching women's football for years, and then also been into men's football, transition to women's football. He coached one of Liberia's biggest team in the country when it comes to the Upper Women League, that's senior female professionals, and they are in the Upper Women League, good competitor to Shatter Angels, the Timing Girls, as well as World Girls. They play on this gone time, and you saw their performance and ranking on, and we're going to talk about that. His coach Terry Cole, he's here currently. He's the former coach as well of Jubilee FC, as you may be aware, Jubilee FC is situated on the Oro there in Cinco to be precise. And he's here with us this morning. We'll dive into it. But first, let's go for this break. When we come back, we welcome in our guests to continue this discussion.
On the live conversation, the analysis and discussions with the stakeholders, players, and fans live and direct on Intel Sports. Weekend Wrap comes your way every Saturday from 10 to 12 midday. Join your presenters, Elijah Pine and Edwin Batafoyan, live and exclusive on Intel Sports. Biggest and professional sports television station is now located at GSA and Rehab Drive in Painesville. Intel Sports is 100% Liberian owned. It is an exclusive sports platform that provides extensive and quality local content sports programs across the country. Follow us on our Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, or better still, on our app on Google or Play Store. For business purposes, you can contact us on these numbers. Intel Sports will remain Liberia's exclusive and best sports television station.
So let's say welcome back. Like I told you from the intro, it's about the Liberian Women's League, Liberian football in terms of the women department. What are we in terms of our growth? Where are we heading to? Do we have to make more progress? Many been made over the years of Liberia being able to progress when it comes to football in terms of women football in Liberia. Our girls have participated into the regional tournament, WAFU tournament, participated as well into continental tournament, zonal tournament as well, regional tournament. And we have been able to make progress. And we'll also talk about the upcoming league season, senior female professional. What is your goal? We're going to talk about that. And Coach Terry Cole is here. Coach Terry, good morning.
Good morning, Elijah.
Let me say welcome to Intel Sports.
Thank you for the invite.
This is like your first time here since we came on this side?
Yes, since you're working on the new building,
Okay.
this is my first time here with you guys.
You've been the first area
Yes,
Congo Town.
of course.
Okay. So, Coach Terry, let's dive into it. This is the weekend. It's a wet Saturday morning, and you've been here on your way from your residence here. It's been raining, but quickly, let's dive into why we're here today. Tell us more about you as coach, and tell us how you all started reaching at this level.
All right. Once again, to the listening audience, I'm Terry Deco. I'm the head coach of senior female professional of upper league team in the Women League. I'm also currently the Secretary General of the Labrador Football Coaches Association. And I started as a coach back in 2008, where I obtained my first coaching certificate. And I was trained by a staff instructor, Adiboyi Odibendi, who coached Nigeria to the 2002 World Cup. He was a staff instructor. And at that time, there was no lesson, but there were coaching certificates, so I was opportune to start for that training. And there where my path started. And I started with school football with Independent Birthday and Birthday, where I coached in the Eastside League. In that year, 2009, we won the Eastside Championship. And then the passion grew. I started from there and went to Jubilee, where Ara Fofana was the head coach and he hired me to be his team manager. And then I was at Jubilee where we started with the team, but then he left. And I still remained there. And Coach Kapuki Ombo, he and Coach Latte, Rayon Latte, the brother of Raul Latte, and they held the team. And I remember that season, Jubilee, it was in 2011. And Jubilee went 11 games without a win. And the last game against Club Brewery, we lost 2-0 at D12 And then Bishop decided to part way with the coaches. So I remember in the car and he called the team captain. He said, "What best?" Because we could call him what best. He was a dog for Hodgin. He called him and said, "What best? I want you to call Terry." He said, "Terry, you and the captain can help my team." I said, "Yeah." And how what best said, but Terry is a coach. It's just like he come on this team, he pretended to be team manager, but he's a coach. So he just trusted me. He said, but then he wanted me to help the team for the remaining 8 games. And I didn't hesitate. I said yes, because I was just a practicing coach. So I started with Jubilee, the 8 game. We started the preparation of our first game against Club Mate Blue Angel, and we won 3-1 at the same D12 It was the first time for us to get a win. I remember in the car, and the next game we went Smell Notice against Mate Barrow, and they won Mate Blue Angel. At that time, Leska and Barrow was contesting for the championship. And I remember I was second to the last game against Leska. And the media said, "Terry, you've been doing well with Jubilee since you took us interim coach going against very late Jericho Nangbe, who was coaching Leska at that time. How do you feel?" I said, "I feel happy to go against such a big coach in our football." And that game and a 3-3. And so from there, Bishop had the trust in me to move, but I still wanted to have learned. So I said, I'll be waiting to work with the old coach out there with him, Latte, who was the deputy to Gapu. So he came on board as head coach and I was serving as deputy to him. And there where I started with Jubilee as deputy. But then Latte left after the club won relegation, and where I felt that I could help the team against to prove myself at Jubilee was in 2015-2016 season after Jubilee went to the second division. And I was able to take charge of the team to qualify them to the first division. I remember in the car, and Jubilee, the team captain, it was Moreva, Club Berry, and Mate Barrow, the 3 teams that qualified that year. And so I was with the team, And then in 2017, 2018, there was some transition. The administration saw that most of the players was over age, and so they wanted to do with them, but I had a trust in them, so I felt that it was administrative interference, so I decided to get back off, and that's how.
You back off the team because they wanted to part way with certain players.
Exactly.
Okay.
So when I backed off, and I was now with a team, and so it was how Wargers decided to hire my service. Rochelle Wilson called me and said, I want you to come on board.
Okay.
At first, I went to go see my team. But before I could go Wargers, I already had a passion where I initiated my own initiative with LeBron Falconer
Okay.
that just qualified.
Falconer, the champion of the guest in the playoff.
Yes.
Okay.
I was working with Mr. Akosa at Smart College where I was teaching physical education. So I told him, said, Mr. We can have our own female team because he's the owner of the Liberian Eagle, the male team, where JB Connor and Chingisi are, but I coached them there also in the 3rd division. So I told him, I said, we can get into women's football from what I see. Because I saw that he had a passion, he wanted to have been a key stakeholder, making decisions about football. And I said, the only way you can make a decision to go to Congress is your team have to be a 2nd division team, a first. But since we can now reach there, because I qualified Liberian got a 2 playoff, but we didn't make it to the 2nd division. So, and the high said, yeah, we left for you. So, and being working with independent birthday and birthday as a physical instructor, education instructor, I take the girls on the field to teach them PE. So many days out there and say, you guys are going to play football. Some was interesting, some not interesting, and they saw it. They don't want to try to get a passion because every time they try to play, even though they were not doing it well, but you'll see that the field will be packed. People will come to watch them. So they too was interesting. And I instructed into the ONU student game where they play. So it was just a fun for them. And there where I was able to get a lot of you were man for Shatta today.
Okay.
If you hear the Terry developer, it was there
A
where
better part.
a better part. That's where she got the passion. And I started with the Liberian back on there. We went to 2 playoffs because at that time, before you play in a Liberian lower league, you have to go through the playoff. And the format was the last 2 teams in the 9, I call it upper league team. You have to go for playoff, and when you qualify, then you remain in the league. So we went there 2 times again, process, but we didn't qualify. So it was how Rochelle Wilson saw that I had a passion for female football. And then she called me a War Girls. And I when the War Girls, they were nothing. It was just the people called a children team, where most of them were young, but they had a talent. So I decided to mold the team. I wanted to make me that also.
Okay.
And so I started with the team. And my first game with War Girls was against F Ninja, which we won 4-1. And didn't play
But then
again.
F Ninja was the champion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At Tusafi, we won 4-1. I saw the joy in the kids. They were happy. Even Rochelle, who was in America, she decided to buy them foam so that they can become the kid team because it was a massive win for the first time to win champion F Ninja 4-1. So I grew motivated because the win started. And so that season, it motivated me more. And the following season, we built up the team. We brought some foreign players in. We got Rashida. We got, I call it, Juan Camara. She played for several national teams recently. We brought her on board. And the LFA off-season tournament was the first time that we won a trophy I won a trophy for War Girls. And it was the first time for War Girls to beat the German girls. It was 1-0, and Kota said to Luce Kike, who scored the 1 goal that day. And after I was with War Girls, but there were a lot of problems, which I cannot say because our football has a lot of politics in it. So I was able to quit War Girls and I left. But then while I was also on a job, CC United called me.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went to CC United, what I said we needed to work together. So I just tried to explain how my journey started.
We want to know the transition.
Yeah, so I went to CC United also. At that time, they were just in the community league. And I told him, I said, I call Mr. Giant, I think we can push the team to qualify. Okay. He said, for sure. I said, yeah. So we start qualify, we can build a structure. So we had the honor 10, the honor 12, the honor 15, and the community team was the honor 17. And then we took part in the league that year, and we qualified from the 4th division to the 3rd division. And then the following season again, we started. We didn't stop there again. We qualified from the 3rd division. We went for the playoff, Maserado playoff. We qualified. We went for the national playoff in Bond County. And it was during the COVID time. And then we did all we could. We defeated Susa from Mangibi to qualify for the second division. And then the project was that with the development part was our focus mainly on the youth, that when we qualify the senior team, the youth team will take the stage of the fourth division.
Okay.
But Mr. Giant was not interested again. So he was focused mainly on the senior team. Then I decided that what I came for was mainly to just have the path because I enjoy working with young people.
Okay.
Then I left CC United when we qualified to the second division. I left CC United and then I went back to my old home, Jubilee. I was with them also. At that time, they were in the second division league again. So Bishop coming back said, I want you to coach my team, Terry. I said, no problem, I will come back because that's my church team. And then I went back to Jubilee,
Okay.
where that CC, it was not also easy. But while going back to Jubilee, Emmett Glasgow also called me. He said, Terry, I know you have a passion for women's football. So I want you to come and watch my girls playing Sion Pro. At that time, they were in the playoff, one Chinkins two for coaching them. So they were in the playoff, the relegation playoff with Hippo. So Hippo defeated them 3-1. So they did that to 1-2-0 to stay in the league.
Okay.
But then I went to watch them that day. They lost. So, but he told me, he said, even if they qualify, you still be my coach next season. I said, no problem. So Sion Pro went relegation in the lower league. And then I joined them as on the preseason with them. And I was able to qualify them that year along with Jubilee FC the same year. And so I left Jubilee and I decided to focus on from a
You were
professional.
with Jubilee at the same time with Sion Pro.
Yeah, at the time there was no
Okay.
restriction. So I was with Jubilee and Sion Pro at that time.
Okay.
So I said it to myself, I think I set a record. So qualify two teams in 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I took Sion Pro from the lower league to the upper league. And then I took Jubilee from the second division to the first division. We had a playoff with NPA at the ATS in which we qualified that year. And later on, I decided to focus on female professional because I saw that my passion was to develop women's football, more especially after I have read on the internet and saw that FIFA was interested in developing women's football globally.
Okay.
And I said that my country can also do the same. So I will help to join the Labrador Football Association in developing women's football and building the minds of these girls. And that's how today you see me as senior female professional.
Was a transition kind of challenging in terms of your professional, you were trying to adjust yourself with a lot of activity?
Of course,
Transitioning
of
from
course.
men to women football?
Of course. I saw some social difference
Okay.
challenging
Okay.
because when I was with Jubilee, we were building a family where most of the time I would be with the boys socially.
Okay.
Some of them would come to my house, we'd be together, we sleep together, we talk football. But when it comes to women football, you cannot
don't do that.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so it was challenging. So I decided to come up with a new strategy. How could I make these players to play for me, to
Okay.
love me like how the boys love me and play for me? So
Okay.
at the social side, it was challenging. So all I needed to do, also ethically, some of the words I have to use for the boys, I don't have.
You
I
don't have
to,
to use it on the
with the
girls.
girls, I have to control my own language. So the transition you have to take time. And I adjusted to it quickly because the second thing is the dressing room. I had less time in the dressing room with the girls than the boys.
Okay.
And so all of those barriers I have to overcome them. I had to do with the girls.
What has been the most rewarding aspect of coaching women football so far?
My passion is to develop young talent. And my bigger rewarding thing is when I went to World Girls, none of them were on the national team.
Okay.
And I told them, I said, the football you will play, people will call you on the national team. So I challenged them. I said, you just need to do your best.
Okay.
And then at World Girls, after the first two seasons, majority of them were called on the junior and senior national team. And I was proud when Mami Kalong scored the first goal for the female under 17 at the ATS. And Loretta Saki also joining there. So it was a proud for me in women's football to see young talent developing more after the Sion Pro. Joyce Topper was not our best defender when she came to us. If she was win a best defender in the LFA League, and at Sion Pro today, she became the best goalkeeper at the World Guest. Lapufupa became the best goalkeeper. Ole Waller became the best goalkeeper. And so it was a pride for me as a
And
developer
these were
to,
all your trainees.
of course,
Okay.
of course. So it was proud for me taking Benu from behind, if playing with the boys, bringing her to Senior Pro, developing her, to see her play with the national, I call it team on the national team, sorry, and they just in a waffle and coming home with a quality player of the match. I felt proud and said today I can see one of my players coming home. So it was a pride and people talk about her own performance. So as a coach of that is believing developing young players, I feel proud. I think I have compared to see these players and
I have complaints to see these players into looking at the impact of football in Liberia. Coach Terry Cole, it's also here before the new league season is about to open. Coach Terry, and as we gear up to the National League, how are you prepared in order to deal with your club in terms of your current form?
all right. Like last season, we didn't start the league on a good note. We were off the home performance, but our performance came in the second phase where we lost only one game, which was with Ditemiger. We draw two, one with Shatta and that of F. but we won the rest. So I think it was a splendid performance from my guys, and I want them to really in that same kind of shape that we can enter the league, new league with. So we are in a preparation stage where I'm preparing them both physically and mentally, and we have two test matches, one with the Liberia under 17 girls, which we won 6-1, as well as a good result for us. We play also Rawa FC. We beat them 1-0. And I also see it as an improvement, but I just need to work with them both because the Women League have been challenging when it comes to winning the trophy. Ditemiga have been very outstanding. So the strategy is how to win Ditemiga and win other teams to be consistent. But first, we were just looking at the development of the team, making it to be competitive. And I think this season is with the kind of money the management is putting into the team, I think we can challenge for the title this time around.
With the kind of level, let's talk about some of the key areas that you intend to work on, ranging from your goalkeeping up to the offense.
Okay. Like last season, I had goalkeeping problem. My goalkeeper, Ole Wallo, he went on a maternity leave, which I respected because I will have to have the child. And so when it comes to our own club policy, we develop homegrown players. So we try to look in the transfer market to have found replacement for her, but it was difficult. So we talked with Shatta that loaned us their choice goalkeeper matter, and we brought her on board. That also helped us that we were other in the league third place and stop semi-final in the Orange Cup. And so for this season, Ole Wallo is back. So I think for the goalkeeping era, and we found a young goalkeeper that was with the under 20, one Annie Duggar from Rafael injured. And so I have three goalkeepers now, Ole Wallo and Duggar and Aminata Kroman. So the era of goalkeeping has been managed, so I can boast of goalkeeping department, the strengthening. And then for the defense, I brought in Sange Moton, an experienced and versatile player. We got her from, she played for Nene Warrior, but we got her from Rovia Ladies, the team owned by Rochelle Rosen. So we got her on loan, we brought her on board, and I also signed.
Sange was also in Sierra Leone with Mokomo Queen.
Yes. So she had a lot of experience. I worked with her at Wargirl, and so I was happy to bring her on board this time. She was one of the players that helped me to win the game against the Temple Girls. So I respect her game. So I brought her on board. I can use her often. I can also use her in defense. She's versatile. And I also brought on board Lucy Masakwe from the Temple Girls, another experienced defender left back. She played for the national team. She even captained the national team. With her level of experience, I believe she will also talk with the younger guys, motivate them if it will be an inspiration for the team. So I also brought on board because I was one era to find left-footed player in our league is very difficult, more especially females. So she's one person with that kind of quality. So I brought her on board. Also, I brought Janice, younger from Stage Queen. I brought her on board on the team to strengthen our defense. She also a versatile player. She was one of those players that I took with me in Guinea for the preseason last year, which I used her off from for a lot of goals, but she For the way I saw her play for Station 2, she was transferring from the attack to the defense. So I also brought her on board. So the era of defense, I also strengthened it for this upcoming league season. And then I saw the Mayfield had a leg problem, which Beno Yante, I respected her decision. She decided to join determined girl on loan.
Okay.
And she was one person that was grounded in our center. And so, looking at her replacement, I tried to pursue other players from other teams, but it didn't materialize. But hopefully, I got Montreal one, Elizabeth too, known as Montreal from Ambassador.
Mm.
That's one player I have been running behind since 3 years. The first day I saw her play for Ambassador, I felt she was a foreign player.
Okay.
So I asked somebody, I said, I guess she's good. So I decided to go behind, but Ambassador was not willing to release her at that time. And so I kept it as a transfer secret because now
Yeah, other people to go
they
after.
had to go after her.
Okay.
I even told my media guys, I said, don't praise or don't talk about that transfer.
Mm.
And hopefully we have gotten her for Ambassador and she's on board the CC.
Mm.
And so I'm happy that she can join us in our Mayfield. And for the attack, we remain with Degonte Jackson that we brought back
Okay.
from determined girl because she left off first day, so we struggled last day with the first day.
Mm.
And I just told you, say we won all of our games with the exception of determined girl and Shatter that we do with Effinger. So Degonte Jackson is back. She's a prolific goal scorer and one of the best strikers in the country. So I'm happy to get her on my attack. And Anita Tapper is there. Rebecca is also there. So and I think it's good for me.
Of all of the departments that you named of the just ended season for Sherry, which department was kind of difficult of just trying to work with and things were just not working out? Whenever you meet your competitor, the world girls, determined girls, Shatter, you always face difficulties.
I will tell you the goalkeeping department.
Okay.
Even the semi-final, I was frustrated.
Hmm.
When I saw the first half, the way we play, where the defense was playing, but we had problem with the goalkeeping era. I went in the change room. I told my deputy, I secreted to them and said, I think we do a goalkeeper. We just have to tell the children to really defend for us.
Yeah.
And those that watched the game, even our opponent Raul Latte, he said, Terry, a good game. But I think goalkeeping was the issue. So myself, I said, yeah, I knew that was the problem with us. So that's what I said, goalkeeping problem.
Aside from just having the players,
of course,
you will produce well, but goalkeeping is just not working.
Yes, yes.
And you have your goalkeeper back.
Now my goalkeeper is back. So
Okay.
I feel that my team will have been strengthened from the back.
Everything is safe.
Of course.
And you hope to win the league?
That's what I just told you. I said we're going to challenge for the title this year.
Okay.
I know it's difficult, but that's a mandate that we must fulfill. The players themselves, they are motivated. They want to do more. They with all of the support the CEO, the president is putting in, they want to do more. They want to please the fans. And I told them, if you can do it, it's nothing strange. There's just a league that you have played in for 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
You have gone against the same opponent over the time. So there's nothing strange for you. All you need to do is to just go there and go with the mindset that we can do our best.
The competition is ahead. Can you speak on your team strength and stand out players getting into the competition? Comparing it with other teams when you're having to meet them, you say as long as players in, this should be problem for the opponent.
Every team I went to, I always try to get the best goalkeeper. I work there, the football with the best goalkeeper. And even Jubilee, the second division, just forgetting his name, he also won the best goalkeeper in the league.
Okay.
And so I see him too, the water of the best goalkeeper. So having the best goalkeeper back on my squad, I'm pleased.
Having the best goalkeeper is not just a thing. Goalkeeping is good.
The best goalkeeper is there when you talk about Austin player.
Okay.
Then I also have the best defender, Charles Stopper.
Okay.
You've been seeing her game.
The Bon County game.
Yes.
Okay.
So Charles Stopper, she have a lot of experience. Shatter we took her. She played for Shatter in the lower league. Also played for World before we talk. For her level of experience, winning the best defender. Every day I see her game improve. And she's another outstanding player when I see in my defense, leading the younger one. I feel proud. And also in my center, my Callum with Marty just joining us also. I see another outstanding player that I also feel that will help her a lot. and then Deontay Jackson, a goal scorer. I just see that no defense can suffer in our league.
In the entire league.
In the entire league. Sometimes I can challenge her. I say, this game will go into, I don't think you will score. It's difficult. Maybe if you score, I get this for you. But she will prove herself and she will score. Sometimes I won and two. And so she has already cleared my doubt that I don't have to worry when it comes to scoring goal because I have bet her on so many occasions.
Okay. How are the management in terms of your physical, mental, and readiness of your players during the build-up?
All right. Like last season,
Hmm.
mentally, it was challenging. We came from a preseason where we had a situation accident. And so a player on the team, the defender got wounded. Two of the defenders, Grace and Joyce. And psychologically, it didn't go down with us. But we built up from there. After we worked on that, the next issue that affected us was all of a sudden we hear Deontay Jackson joined the team again. All of the players came and impact. Coach, why we hearing someone even threatening that they will leave, so we can allow Deontay Jackson to leave? I have to explain to them. I said, no, we can't do that. And so it play on us. So that's why you see our first phase performance last season was different from that of our second phase when Deontay Jackson returned. Because it was something these children play together, they like each other. So if they see one of their friends leave, they place on them. So we was what to work on. So this season, mentally, I think they are strong. They are being motivated also have the pitch. The president is a man who loves football, and he always tries to manage their own expectations so that he can keep them up. And so I'm happy working with him because football is all about motivation.
Okay.
And so once the players are motivated, they are willing to give you their all. And that's why mentally they are strong. Basically, that's why we started the preseason in August to keep them up before the league season in October.
Okay.
And so the first thing we'll have to try to work on their physical ability, how to do endurance, their strength, their speed. Those things that I saw lacking last season, I tried to work on them. And we started long. And so effectively, I think we are moving somewhere. So on these preseason games that we're about to play, they were our evaluate the squad. And whatsoever I think I need to work on, I have to do it quickly before the league. But mentally, physically, I can say we are on track.
Let's talk about administrative issues.
Okay.
How prepares the team administratively in terms of dealing with players and arrears as we go to the new league season?
All right, the president has been working behind the scenes and talk about bringing other on board. That the Honorable Bill Traore, he joined our team as a board chair.
Wow.
And he's one person that's willing to spend in football. I believe he been following women football and following Liberian football a lot. And help God can be on our side. He choose Young Pro or other team. So I believe it will administratively it will help to settle some player arrears and other things that they don't have to be waiting for salary and things. And also my team is about to sign a $1 million Liberian deal, sponsorship deal. And I cannot announce that yet now. The president will do it when the very time reach.
Okay.
And but it's just in the land. And so with all of those investments coming in the team, I don't think we're going to struggle administratively.
Let's talk about interfering. You as a coach, do you have some interference from coaches? Some president, some fans, or some administrators when it comes to your judgment. So many times people say coaches don't run their own judgment when it comes to players and substitution or formulating starting lineup. Do you have some interference?
When I started,
Okay.
it was challenging. A certain club where administration want to make decisions.
Okay.
But as young pro, one thing I can boast is the president play football. He also coached the game, so he knows those things. So that's why I'm lucky to have a president who doesn't interfere. Sometimes we discuss the game one-on-one.
Okay.
And tell me, say, Terry, this is what I see from your game to the play. And I look at it, I say, yes, I will work on it. So he's something he only recommend he don't consider impact or enforce that it be done though when it comes to my own player selection. He does even encourage that. He say, Terry, there is your team, take control of your team. So there's nothing like interfering in that. But when I started coming up with other clubs, it was challenging and it can be challenging by any other coach as as a coach coming out where he wants to make this substitution that this player play. I take decision on my player, discipline, I discipline them. Sometimes they say you're gonna play this game or off game pattern. I don't do it. I say if the person will give you money, will be on your own. When it comes to this, you don't receive it. And I will stick on my words and he will back it up.
And you will back it up. Let's talk about Liberian football in particular in terms of the league. How do you see the women league since you came into the game?
There have been massive improvement than when I joined. At first, it was just like a fun, where when the ball go 1-0, you see 10 players, it's like they were playing rugby. And thanks to the LFA, who initiated by sending some coaches into the women league, I want to congratulate them for that. Today, women football is quite different than the past. Before, women football, the girls was not even interested in playing the game. You will see, you go to a game where this girl will leave the field to go breastfeed her baby while the game is going on.
Wow.
When they score on her team, the player all laughing, lying on the ground playing. Then the coach say, what we should do. But now they themselves seeing that there is a sport that is played all around the world and they watching themselves. So they are motivated to play. So it's different from before, where even administrative like before, team will go to game, no jersey, they will have to forfeit, team will go to game, the player are now correct. They have to give the point out. There were a lot of forfeited matches in women's football. It was discouraging. Spain was not turning up for women's game. But now you see things going on the field, they are interesting. Girls are playing in international competition. There are a lot of improvement. It's challenging. The prize money going up. We see determined girls, we see determined girls representing Liberia in the competition in CAF. And so it motivates other clubs, other players to do better. Then before, where there was no CAF competition, you win the league, you get be rare. There was nothing like any kind of other competition for girls. They just play in the league, where after the league and everybody goes through. It was just a fun fair. But now, a lot of differences I see improvement.
In terms of your club president, tell us his administrative role in dealing with the team, aside from all clubs you have worked with, working with World Girls, now senior female professional. I'm one person that have be at every game venue. We want to see the team playing. On the other clubs, do you see some presidents as well, always wanting to go there?
Yeah, Mr. Glasgow, I can tell you this, not because he's my president.
Yeah.
But he loved the team more than I do.
Okay.
I can assure you.
You're just a contractor.
I'm just a contractor. He loves the club more than I do. He sleep and wake up with CL Pro.
Okay.
Every day he will say, every day, this is what I'm going to do for my team. This is what I want to do for my player. This is what I want to do. And son, I can just be looking at him. Because there are some teams the president don't care. Whether the team practice, whether they only one football, or they coach 10 football, they only provide one. They don't care that coach or man that one football.
Okay.
But this is not the president. The moment you tell him, say, I want the team to get this. If you don't have the money, you say, I'm taking you to check the social time. That's the kind of president he is.
Okay.
And like I said, maybe it's because he played a game and coached the game, so that's the reason. Or his passion for women football, not only his own team. Sometimes I see him spending money on other teams. And I say, but your own team is in a competition, but you always see you spending money on our opponent, motivating them and things. But his passion for football is just extraordinary.
It's just extraordinary. His coach Terry Cole, the head coach of senior female professional in the Upper Women League here in Liberia. We've been here talking football, women football in particular. We're going to transition into Liberia national women football. We'll go for this break. When we come back, we dive into more discussion on the happening. This is the Weekend Wrap.
Intel Sports, Liberia's biggest and professional sports television station, is now located at GSA and Rehab Drive in Painesville. Intel Sports is 100% Liberian owned. It is an exclusive sports platform that provides extensive and quality local content sports programs across the country. Follow us on our Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, or better still, on our app on Google or Play Store. For business purposes, you can contact us on these numbers. Intersports will remain Liberia's exclusive and best sports television station. Intel the live conversation, the analysis and discussions with the stakeholders, players, and fans live and direct on Intersports. Weekend Wrap comes your way every Saturday from 10 to 12 midday. Join your presenters, Elijah Pine and Edwin Batafoyan, live and exclusive on Intersports. Join the live.
So it's the full hours of discussion that have to do with 1 hour 30 minutes. We have gone 46 minutes into this interaction with Coach Terry Cole on Weekend Wrap. Coach Terry, welcome back. Like we talk about Liberia football, women football in particular over the past years. How do you view the league over the past year? Like you giving reference on like the past teams used to go to games and fulfill the point. They don't have jersey. Now the game is competitive. Let's talk about our regional engagement, comparing our women football with Sierra Leone, with Africa, Guinea, and if you give some ratio, how can you compare that?
All right, I can say Liberia is more path than Sierra Leone, Guinea. Guinea doesn't have a league. Sierra Leone just started, but even though they just started, they have not reached. One thing I must praise the LFA for, when we got into women's football, there were some things we advocated for. One was to have a lower league to increase the number of girls playing football. Because first the LFA started with under 19, and so small, the stakeholders that were interested in playing the league, they didn't have a chance. Like I told you, that back on their 2 attempts, they went for playoff, they didn't make it to participate in the league. But if there were lower league at that time, it would have been better for them. And so the LFA under the late Aaron Brown, they developed the lower league. So now you see that the league is not only in Monserrado, they extended to Lima. You see the league is also in Lima, and that of Maryland. Even if it may not be a upper league, but at least you find girls playing in those regions as compared to Sierra Leone, because they have their own women Premier League. They try to find the path. When we first went, and I took an All-Star stage point to Kinema for the preseason tournament, there were a lot of coaches and stakeholders I met there that were explaining how they decided to improve their league. So some of us share our own idea with them and how it started in Liberia. And today I'm happy that Sierra Leone is on path to just won the women's WAFU. That's an improvement for them. But when it comes to the numbers in playing football, I think we are better than Guinea in out of 7.
Yeah, let's talk about the performance.
The performance, I might grade Sierra Leone for now. Because CAF can measure your football development when it comes to your national team, there where the ranking, all of things come about. And when it comes to women ranking, Sierra Leone is ranked over us. When it comes to women football, so I must applaud them. And there is something that they don't just jump there, they play for it. Looking at their performance, what they did in the WAFU to win it, where we have attempted and stopped their play, I think on 2 occasions. So performance-wise, they are doing great. For Guinea, they don't have a league, but yet they have a better national team. Yes, they always participating in the WAFU also. So to have a country with a women league and then playing at that level and seeing some of their players in our own league, like Bintu Sila, when
Bintu Kamara,
they came to Liberia and they came from a country with all women football league. So that's a massive development for Guinea also.
Let's talk about the opportunity. Women now are now traveling to other countries, Europe, Asia, to play football. Like we have Jessica Kwashi who is currently in Israel. What does it mean for the women league?
We still need to do more. We still need to do more. Because to have a strong national team, you must have some players playing in top league like in Europe.
Okay.
That's one of the advantages that Senegal have for most country in West Africa, and that's also you see Ghana,
Mm.
Nigeria. If they call their professional, they are over 20.
Okay.
And so for Liberia, we have, let's say, Paulino that is there, Jessica just joined there.
Mm.
So it means that we have to do more. You know, Mimi, then playing on that side also.
Yeah.
The number have not reached it. So, but it's a proud for us. At
Mm.
least Jessica can leave the local scene, they motivate the girls still also.
Okay.
That will help them to step up their game. Because like I said, at first they saw it like a fun, where they just want to play for fun. But now they see that money is involved into the league. People are pumping more money in women's football. And so they have to do their best. So for Jessica to go up, that's a great applause for women's football.
Let's talk about the opportunities have been created for young women football on this administration of the LFA.
The best I can applaud them for is giving the girls opportunity at all levels.
Okay.
The under 17, the under 20, and the senior national team. If we want to be on path with the male,
Mm.
it means that the same structure, the same pathway the male football have to do that with the women. That's what they have done.
Okay.
I must applaud them for. Because if the under 17 can travel from here and go and play international competition, it boosts the morale of women's football.
Okay.
And that's what the FA has done. For the under 20 to leave from here also to go in Senegal to participate in the WAFU, they also boost women's football. And that's what the LFA has done. And so this opportunity, giving women girls who play football the opportunity to travel outside.
Mm.
Somebody will say, my first time where I'm playing,
Yeah.
going outside. That's an experience that they come and share with their friends. And sometimes they are on the team. They will tell their friends, say, I have ride iron boy in our local language.
Yeah. Why you not? Why you not cool?
do. So everybody to want to ride iron boy. So it's a motivation. So, and that's what the LFA has done for our girls to give them the opportunity also to participate. So I must applaud them. They need to do more. That sometimes it hurt us when they say government don't have money, and the LFA don't have money for our girls to participate in such a competition.
Okay.
And this girl will be in our inbox. Why don't we put this stuff? And you know, women is not like men.
Mm.
Women are jealous kinds of people.
Yeah.
Those are some of the things I saw at women football. So if you do for the male and you don't do for the female, they feel jealous. And sometimes they say, I don't want to play football again. And you have to be begging and say, no, don't forget it.
Mm.
The people will look at you. So if like some of the issues we've been having, where the girls play so money, then they will ask, coach, but why the boys can play so much? Only us can
Only
play
all
so
can play half
they
some.
have some.
Yeah.
So they feel discriminated and things. So you have to explain to them why you do this just to keep them up. But the best the NFL has done for them is to give them the opportunity to play international football.
What further support or refund do you expect to see from the LFA?
The LFA need to step up their motivational bonuses.
Okay.
And like I said, women are jealous kind of people.
Mm.
They monitor male football. They know that when the media come and say they are giving the boys 5,000 a game bonus,
Mm.
and they are who is far lesser than that.
Okay.
They feel discriminated. They feel they are not cared for.
Okay.
So we suffering ourselves. And if we don't get time for us, they only get time for the bill. See, look at the money they give to the bill, and they give out the kind of money. So you will see, but we that in women football have to talk to them. So that one thing the LFA need to look at, even the margin will be close a little bit.
Mm.
They need to step it up for these girls that are representing their country. They are also ambassadors. And this thing FIFA want to see. FIFA want to see women playing football globally.
Okay.
So if like
But you know that it cannot be on par with
that what I
women
say, it
football.
cannot be on par.
Okay.
But at least the margin cannot be, the gap cannot be
Be
so
too wide.
wide. Yes. 5,200. Wow. So they need the LFA need to pressurize the government need to step it up a little bit.
So I'd rather talk about you as an authority for Liberian coaches, Secretary General that you are. Tell us about Liberian coaches. What are you guys doing in terms of stepping up your game as well? Because sometimes people say that coaches are not doing well. Some of our coaches are involved into this, and the team is just not performing well. But league Well, especially when agents come to Liberia, they say the league is slow. Uh, do you guys have meetings surrounding these issues?
I believe we'll talk about the league later, but let me just talk about the coaches a
Yeah,
little
let's talk about
bit.
the coaches.
Coaches. We are about to have a retreat,
Okay.
and the theme of the retreat is the role and importance of coaches in the development of Liberian football.
Okay.
The role and importance. The first thing our coaches will know their role in the development of football, how important they are.
Okay.
You cannot develop football without coaches.
Mm.
They are the developers, they are the teachers of the game.
Mm.
And so for the past time, our coaches, we meet every second and last Saturday to discuss our own association and how we cope with the league.
Okay.
For the past, it has been challenging. We know that when it comes to our own football, people have their own recommendation to make concerning coaches.
Mm.
But I must congratulate our coaches because even at the grassroots level, to see players like Emmanuel Fode, other young talents that live in Liberia was not from coaches that trained them.
Okay.
It was the same local coaches that developed the case that today they are living in Liberia on a wide note.
Mm.
And I must thank the Liberian coaches for that. And also, we see a Liberian coach, another day, going to Wafu, stopping at their place, was also a boost for the local coaches. And that's a boost also to our own association.
Okay.
And so we know that it's difficult with the kind of administration we have, the kind of support we have. We coaches, we find it difficult to just be on path at the international level. But I think I must applaud our local coaches for the level they are taking football. Because many will tell you, say, I'm just sacrificing.
Mm.
You have a
Are you
coach,
guys still sacrificing?
you have a coach who will apply for the job
Okay.
and tell the president I need 25 football. The president will tell you, say, what you do with 25 football?
25 football.
Yeah, we do 25 football. I thought I would have won football.
Okay.
My man, again, we didn't manage with 3 football. Just manage the 3 football. How
Wow.
you expect
For
that
the team.
to do?
Mm.
You have team where the players go as far as 8 months to a salary.
Okay.
But the coach don't want to abandon the case because he see them as a future. He want to develop them. So he must be there with that team.
Mm.
That way, they'll be coping with a salary, talking to the player. And Miracle is your own career because the big motivation we get is your own career. You just
That's
have
what
to-
you choose.
That's why you choose. So
Okay.
you just manage it. But you cannot play football and you're not motivated.
Mm.
And there have been some challenges coaches face in Liberia. So, but when it comes to the European world, the coaches do struggle for this thing. So whom much is given,
Much is
much
expected.
is expected.
Yeah.
That's what happened in Liberia.
So coaches are kind of strenuous in terms of what they do. Let's talk about your achievement as well of recent. Some coaches, about 13 of Liberian coaches, graduated from the diploma training program, Lesson A program. And with that high credential, do they still struggle for incentives or for salary in terms of what they do? You as a Secretary General.
All right. They
Okay.
just got the 13 coaches just got the A-lesson. We are
Okay.
entering
They
on-
had bid before.
Yeah, there are some that have been before.
Okay.
And I can tell you disappointed. Some of the guys that had the A-lesson, they just decided to follow other career path
Okay.
because they didn't see what they got the lesson for. Salary, nothing.
Mm.
So they just choose to.
And you pay much money, a lot of amount to go for that lesson.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so and then you get the lesson and somebody want to bring you down low
Mm.
over salary. Someone they just see it as a disappointment for their own career, so they choose different things to do. But I call it in that we try to be on path with CAF and FIFA standard as
Okay.
a coach.
Okay.
Because CAF have their own lesson program that has to do with coaches to coach at certain level.
Alright.
And to coach at that level, you must obtain the lesson. So as a coach, we talk our coaches that you have to push your own career because they cannot be good for us. Let's learn our country that went to a CAF competition and no one be less in our whole country.
Okay.
And this is something that we don't want to do for our country. We want to be on par with international standard. So since 2010, when CAF introduced this coaching lesson program, the coaches, local coaches have taken advantage.
Okay.
And I can tell you we have more than 16, 20 coaches in our country now.
Okay.
And so it means that when it comes to capacity building, we are doing well on that side of capacity building. And our coaches can be the standard. Not like before, when you qualify your team, you have to go and hire another coach to come and coach your team. These are some of the things we try to eradicate in our league. That when you coach your team, you are meet the standard. Because Kabate say, the team that qualify, you must come with a lesson coach. I remember some clubs are qualified from Liberia. They have to hire the service of other coaches to go and represent them. And that is something that we say we think we encourage. So we must be on path. And thanks to the Liberia Football Association, I brought the A lesson. And today we have a lot of coaches that have the A lesson. So I don't think Liberia is going to struggle when the club qualifies that the coach don't meet the criteria.
To be a coach in Liberia, what do you need?
To be a coach, you first have to pass the e-learning area at the level 1.
Okay.
That's a beginning lesson that will broaden your whole mind as coaches have to do. And then from the level 1, you have to sit for the D lesson. To do the D lesson, then you have to also then sit for the CAF C lesson, the B, and that the A, then you go for the pro lesson. That's just the path of coaching development.
So let's talk about this issue of the national county sportsmen. Coaches coaching at that level don't mean that criteria, and the coach are some of the biggest counties in the country.
These are some of the things the Coaches Association have pushed to the Ministry of Youth and Sports and that of the LFA, that in order for our, because the objective of the National County Sport Meet is to unify Liberians and to also scout local talents. That's why the competition is restricted to only Liberians. And so if you want to get the homegrown players, the best, then you must have coaches who are trained to teach them the game. And so there have been a saying that a political league, anybody can
just be coach, and you just get off and just so money.
Then I don't, just somebody selling casket, just go and say, I want to be coach for their country. And then they take you and say, yeah, you're the coach. And even when that person come and tell a player, say, walk from under the feet. You're not playing the coach cheating.
Just insulting,
because you don't know the ethic of a coach. And so that's how we've been pushing to the Ministry of Youth and Sport that we need to have a criteria of coaches. So they started, I think they put it in their rules that you must have a lesson to coach in the National County Sport League. So I think we are making progress on that side like before, where anybody could just coach in the country.
So let's take a look a bit from your game and Determined Girls game. I believe in that game you defeated Determined Girls, right?
No,
so you're female professional in Determined Girls.
No, they defeated.
Let's just take a look of that game a bit. I think our producer will complete it quickly.
Who are you? Preta! Preta! Who are you, go? Mommy, I thought we were putting that there. You said that. Chris, get in the wall. Charles, get in the wall. They don't get it well. Jared, get it. Jared, get it. Latches. Pass on the man. You stay even the ball, remember up at table. Latches. Olive. Oh, Jared, there you say Jared will move. They know you far off. They know.
So that was senior female professional against determined girls. One would say the Kigali of Liberian football. They are the champions, 5-time champions into the league, proving dominance over the years. It's time now for Terry that you guys have to identify what is wrong with you guys in terms of determined girls just proving dominance over you guys. The last time we had the head coach of World Girls here and Samantha Danes was saying this is the end of determined girl era. Is it the end of determined girl era as well?
I think I told you I was with Walker, who
Okay.
defeated Determined 1-0
Hmm.
in the semi-final of the LFA off-season tournament that year. It was the last time I got a Walker ever defeated Determined.
Okay.
It was just one thing that we did was the motivation of the player, how they played, and things. When you have all of the players ready, they gave you the opportunity to beat them. Last year we had a 1-1 draw in the semi-final of the first leg.
Okay.
We scored on them first, and they equalized. And like I said, I had a goalkeeper Friday, and so the second leg 2-1.
Hmm.
So that was it. Just showed that our strength now in playing them. But they are not the talk of the because all league it happened. Harmony, PSG, Juve, Peru, football. Real Madrid did the same in the Champions League. Then, but what they did, what Pep Guardiola did, was for Manchester to break that dominance by all of the best players. He won the league with Man City against Inter Milan. So it's possible that any club can do. We saw in the past, I think, last few years, when Barcelona was champion.
Yeah.
There was something like it was not that protest. Barcelona could have won the championship, or it was a protest that which other point from them. But then somebody will look at what Ambassador did that they almost won the league.
Okay.
It was they didn't allow the Determined Girl to just beat them.
Okay.
That was one thing they did. Watch that the both leg.
Yeah.
I watched the both leg between the two teams. So
Okay.
in winning the Liberian League, like I'm gonna tell you, you just need to be consistent in your performance. You
Okay.
cannot win one game today, or with a low, how you call it, face team, then after you're winning the league.
Okay.
And that's what Determined Girl have proved, which is consistency. If they start the league today, they decide to win.
And they win every encounter they go to.
Exactly. But for other clubs, including my own club, some games that we draw, sometimes the player themselves will be best with themselves, why they have to share a point with a team that they expect to win.
Okay.
And that is something that the Democrats don't allow. So I think it's just about consistency
Consistency. Will you prove that consistency as well?
and that's why we are preparing for.
Okay. To prove that.
That's like it.
We were still bringing you up to speed as it relates to women football. Senior female professional is a discussion here today. Would they have to break the dominance of the Tammy girls, or they will have to do something extra at least to win the FA Cup or to win the Orange Cup, like we call the FA Cup? Will they have to win it or win the Upper Women League? A lot of things that needed to be done. Coach Terry has identified the ills as well as errors in his squad, and they're about to work on modality in order to cover all and also work on these things. So we'll quickly dive into men's football in Liberia. You've been coaching the game. You started from men's football, go to women football, back to men, and now you're on to women football. Coach Terry, tell us about our male game.
It mean the current?
The current, from then up to present, since you came into the game. Okay.
Yes, for the male game,
Mm.
the first thing, as compared to women football, you have more passion. If you open a classification yet today, you say you compare you 400 players,
Okay.
not with female. So it shows that there are no young guys. If you look all around our football today, you see a lot of academy youth programs that will get involved. So it shows that Liberians love football.
Mm.
But then when it comes to the male game, they have been challenging because one, our clubs full performance in CAF competition, our national team full performance in CAF and FIFA competition. We go back to our football. Like I said, to grade your football comes from your performance in CAF and FIFA competition.
Okay. The regional and continental
Exactly.
performance. Okay.
Even if you say like Senegal who are the champion pass, but they have to show that in our CAF competition because there were people with grade Liska, Watanda, won our league, but to reach the group stage of CAF competition has been a difficult thing for us. So that's a national problem that we are in football. It is something that we want to see a Liberian club do. And so that's the challenging part of it. Now we have two clubs that are supposed to represent Liberia, FC Passer and that of Black Warrior.
Okay.
And I follow the preseason of FC Passer, that of Black Warrior. And I try to think as if we can achieve this goal. And I see that Passer is on path. They went to Egypt. They played 4 matches. They won 1. And 3. And I was telling somebody, I said, it's not a bad result for an away preseason game because in CAF competition, when you can win home and draw away, it's good for you. But I have not seen their own strength when it comes to because even though they won the league, but they have not had a lot of preseason when it comes to home matches. It is something they have to also work on. And so I think they are on path on the lot of support, the motivation, your club, a Liberian club, preseason. And it is good for us because we all want to see that goal achieved for our club to reach the group stage. But Black Men Warrior also followed them. They had a bad preseason when it comes to the better match, which I also followed for a club going to represent us and coming out with such a performance or not a good son. So I think the technician at that club they need to see how best they can go back to that drawing board.
And have a lot of errors.
Good. And see how best they can correct those lapses before going into the competition. Because if they cross as a proud for Liberian football and as a proud for all coaches in Liberia.
Okay.
That is, so our male football is doing well, but a lot of things we need to put in place. One, I talked about the pathway of coaching that has to do with level 1, B, C, D, A. It's the same way football. Football have a pathway. You go from the grassroots to the youth and then to the elite In Liberia, we have the talent, but how do this talent be made? When it comes to the talent part is there, but one thing that Liberian player lacking, that we don't look, I would just take the player from the grassroots, the youth league, straight to the upper league,
Sure.
is our game intelligence.
Okay.
How well they understand the game themselves. That's have been the major problem for our football. People go to the country need to see players. Yeah, the player can run with the ball. But how do they judge their own game intelligence?
Mm.
How do they cope with big games? How do they cope with international matches? That have been the problem. Somebody said like bro play with fear and think, and they were criticizing our local player. This has been the problem. Game intelligence. How do we cope with it? But if they play from the grassroots, a lot of games go to the youth,
Okay.
play at the youth league, and then play for the Liberia youth team in the competition. They boost their experience. That have been one of the issue of Ghana. Not issue, but what have been one of the success of Ghana and Nigeria.
Yeah.
Ghana youth team. They fight you over here. They say Ghana under 17 win the World Cup. Ghana, I got Nigeria under 17 win World Cup. Ghana under 20. So even if the senior team cannot achieve, you'll find out the youth team will want to achieve that goal.
Okay.
So those same players from the youth team were developed. When Nigeria went to Atlanta 94, the Olympic, at that time, Teacher Okocha were on the youth team. So they played there, and there was the same team they went with, and it so in that same World Cup. So it helped them. So for us to have a strong national team, we must look at, so okay, let's say the grass we get, but there is something that we must look at. It's not just about saying about putting our words in action. We need to focus on the under 15, under 17 World Cup, under 20 World Cup that will build our player I call it mindset before reaching to the upper league. It's the same revision the senior national team. It's the same with our league. We don't prioritize the third division, the fourth division. So we go to the third division, we see this way. We get taken straight to the first league in our
First
country.
division league straight.
First division league in our country. But how well do you ever cope to perform in CAF or even national team? Zero performance. So that has been affecting our football. So all we need to do is to be patient with the development, bit by bit, focus on the international competition, and then if we come up from there, we can be successful.
So let's talk about the second division league in terms of what you see comparing it with the first league. Do you see a little bit of difference in terms of how they play?
Yeah. And one thing I can boast of, somebody said, why I want to women football is because I want to get an experience for all of these.
Okay.
I'm one coach that coach at the grassroots. I coach the fourth division, third division, second division, first division. So I have experience all over.
Okay.
Even the women football I coach in the lower league, they were coach senior pro form to go in the upper league. So the experience for the lower league. Now you talk about the second division. The second division is more faster than the upper division, the first division. And one reason is the kind of weather they play in. Before, except now where we have the game. The second division game was played in a hot sun. So to play under the hot sun, you must have that kind of high energy level. And that's why when we were in the second division, it was very tense. All of the game was hard as compared to when we got to the first division. So that's a big difference. But at the first division, the mentality of the player is the IQ is higher than that of the second division. Don't be both to you. There are more clever players in the first division than the second division. But when it comes to the physicality of the league, the second division is more harder than that of the first division.
With a physical fight in the second league.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's why you see when the second division team go play a first division team, you don't see the difference as to say this team is a first division team. You even want to see that the second division team want to overpower the first division team.
Yeah.
That's why Blackman Warrior, all before they could win the Orange Cup, they play against first division team, and there was nothing different. You see, they were impact because of that kind of physical level they had. When the few kind of high IQ player they bought from the first to bring to join in the second league, they were all the DP list
do we have a future in terms of what we do in Liberia for our league? Some of the coaches, the players are recycling players and coaches. We have to bring in new breed of players, new breed of coaches, or we continue with the same old people, years in, years out, they still control Liberian football.
We don't need to do that.
Okay.
Too much recycle. That's why we need to have a program.
Mm.
And the program should not only be for players, the program should be for coaches also. The pathway. There will be a grassroots coaches, young coaches coming up fast to get a level 1 and 2.
Mm.
They started with the grassroots and we just like how I came up. I was very young when I started coaching in 2008, but I decided to follow the pathway of coaching
Okay.
to understand every detail of it. And so we need to have a program where we have young coaches that will monitor their own game.
Okay.
Like I can boast that some young coaches in our league are making headway. If the country can look at them, we think that we can be on path. So putting it in a special program, homegrown coaches at that young age, we look at them. Those veteran coaches at that level now, their next pathway is to be instructor.
Not standing on the line.
Yes,
Okay.
to be instructor. So that when they leave coaching, what they do now is to pass on the knowledge of what they learn.
Okay.
So there should be a future for, like you talk about future, there should be a future for these coaches.
Okay.
Like when I finish coaching on the land, I go straight
And
into
coaching is a long-term career.
exactly.
Okay.
Then I go to be an instructor. So once you are a CAF and FIFA instructor, you also they just grow just like that. There are some coaches in our league now, the coach in our league, they are all a job. They are sitting, but if we had a pathway where we have a structure that when as soon as they leave, they go to instructor, do some instructor courses, and then they will help our football.
Quickly, let's dive into the aspect of media aspect in Liberia. How do you see the publicity of our games?
The media is doing well for our football. Actually, I must tell you. In the past, to see your own highlight was hard. And one thing I'm learning from the video that can be posted is how I see my opponent play.
Okay.
Before in the past, it was not happening. You play the person, either you pay away or go to Safi, or you pay away, you go Banga to go watch.
To go see the person.
See that person playing to see how they play. But now, we see that the league have been brilliant. That I can sit down, I click on my phone and see everything that has to do with that player.
Okay.
And things. So it shows that we are improving when it comes to the media side. Before, and I go on the practice ground, I do my training with all camera. Nobody to video tape my practice to play games.
Sometimes you guys see that cameraman has to go around. Yeah, remember I went to cover some practice session of one team and they say, man, you put me outside, you put me outside.
That was the understanding
Okay.
of I got the media because we coaches were not trained to these things before until we were start in the CAF training and people told us the importance of the media. That before interview, when last I started an interview, it was in the modern era that today we have the opportunity to sit and explain about ourselves. But it was not happening before. So I must applaud you guys. And they will tell you that every game will have a pre and post match interview. What you will say to the media. These were things that we learned at CAF, but it was not happening before. The feature, it was so that the LFA will just print and just send to you. But today the media can even post the table when LFA don't post the table. There was a time in the second division there was confusion between Jubilee and Dallas. There was a team in Habel. And Jubilee had 35 points, that team too had 35 points. But the LFA made mistake with the goal, the statistician department. They gave that team, they gave that team 5 goals.
Ahead of Jubilee.
Ahead of Jubilee. Which I know that. No, they were not, ahead of Jubilee. Then they gave Jubilee 33 goals, which I knew that we have more than the goal they had. Yeah. So when we played the last day, they were celebrating in Habel. And we were celebrating. And someone said, well, you're sure you're qualified? I said, yes, we qualified. I said, how come? I did a calculation. All the game we played with a goal. And we reflect that we had 36 goals. And they were having 35 goals. Did the calculation. So the FA had to even investigate at that time Mr. Belete was the president.
Hmm.
They I think this guy person of the URC president staff the committee to investigate.
Okay.
They had to ask the revenue bill, all of the game sheet to check. But nowadays, before the LFA can come out there, who's artistic, the media already posting the table.
Hmm.
That's the difference as compared to the past. So you will know where your team's standing. And we coaches too, the players see where they're standing on the table. They will say, we will get a ball on the table, we need to try out.
Yeah.
But before they get a table,
Yeah.
it was difficult. So the media is doing extremely well. Even the
Do you
picture-
sometimes take some of the podcasts and review that to your players and tell them this is your error, identifying their errors, or we just talk it with the exception of just showing them the mistakes? Do you sometimes
If
do
you
that?
ask my player, they will tell you, we do it a lot.
Okay.
We do it a
On
lot.
videos and say, you see the video,
Exactly.
this is your error, this is why you did.
Exactly.
Next time you play that this. Like a
Exactly.
video analyst.
Exactly.
Okay.
And even where I learned it from, when I traveled with the Honor 20
Okay.
with Famata in Sierra Leone, we had a video guy that was there. And he tried to play our past 2 games with the Sierra Leone team.
Okay.
And we noticed there was a player, one Brahma, she was the outstanding player. So when you watch the video, she will start sometime on the right wing. So if you keep eyes on her, she will switch, she go to the left wing. So she's now a starting player. So she keeps going on. But when we watch the video and analyze, so the player got to know that this girl is not a static player. She always switching position.
Okay.
So during the game, I could see my own children talking that she on your side. So the moment they get switch position, that defender there will keep eye on her because she was one of that dangerous player. So from that video, they learn how to mark a player.
Okay.
So there is something that I take from there
Hmm.
that I share with my player that every game we need to look at this to correct those mistakes that we make.
What message do you have to give to young girls in Liberia who dream of playing professional football?
Like I said, I'm a developer. Started with teaching PE today, a better pride I can use as an example.
Okay.
I came from just doing PE, playing male football, and the Liberia #1 goalkeeper, winning the best goalkeeper.
Hmm.
There's some motivation for other girls.
Okay.
And so my message to all young girls that football all over the world has been prioritized as FIFA.
Okay.
And it does not hamper your career. One thing about football, if you choose to be a medical doctor, you can still play football and pursue to be a medical doctor. Because even in football, you have sport medicine.
Okay.
If you want to be a lawyer, you can still be in football and be a sport lawyer. If you want to be a journalist, you can still be in football and be a sport journalist.
Okay.
So even in administration, you can still play football and serve in administration. So it don't hamper their career to say, if I play football, I will not want to be what I want to be.
Okay.
So I want to encourage all young girls out there that they can make it a career path for them. It will benefit them a lot. Playing football after you leave football, you can also jump into what you want to do. You can even be playing football and choose what you want to do. Even though it's challenging to some of the parents that don't want to allow their children to play football, but there is something that I want to encourage them. That if you look around about football today, there are other young girls who are making use of the opportunity.
Yeah.
A child can be a help to their family. There are some children, they come from a poor background today. They are feeding their family from football, where they receive salary, they order back their rest and take home to their family. So if they were not playing football, how do they get that money to do that? They also help to minimize the issue of drugs. Because when you in football, you are taught about anti-doping, that you need to stay away from drugs while playing football. And it helps you also, it minimize that, it also help you to figure out the street because you are in football. It teaches you that you have to go to school because you cannot be playing football without going to school because you have to have knowledge about the game. And so the coach is discussing football on the computer, other area, and the coach will have the challenge to say, these are things you need to do. Come and read this for your friends. So it motivating also. So it's not something that will hamper their career, that parents will be afraid for their girls to venture into football. There's a career that they can follow all over the world. They follow women's football. They will see that girls are playing football. So why more ever like girls? That have been my passion, that we can develop our
lot of coaches with the mindset of wanting to transition from men's football to women's football. What is that you can tell them?
The first thing I have to tell them, they have to look at it.
Okay.
Pushing the mill, like I said earlier,
Mhm.
there are some words that you
Use on the field.
that you have to manage that.
Mm.
The second thing, you have to study that behavior. You got to know that women are just kind of people that the way you treat the male is not how you treat them.
Mm.
Next thing there is your interaction with them have to be different from that of the male. Interaction can mainly.
Mm.
It's not people that you have to sit one-on-one too much. People say all kinds of things about you.
Okay.
And that's why when you go into women's football, you don't just venture to just do anything you feel like doing.
Okay.
Yeah. So you go in there as a teacher, you go in there as a father. Now, when it comes to the tactical aspect, women's football is not like the male where the person playing at the first division level, it means they know everything that needs, they know everything about tactics. As women's football, you have to teach the way you train the younger one.
Okay.
And that's what helps them to be successful. They don't know how to pass. They don't have power to kick ball long. These are things you must teach them. But at the first division level, male football, you don't teach these things. But at the women's football, you have to teach like you're teaching grassroots players. So any coach going to the women's football,
Whether be it upper women
whether
league.
be upper women
Okay.
league, you just gotta teach them you're teaching grassroots football.
Okay.
And the next thing, you have to be patient. Because when you're teaching a young kid, you have to be patient with them because you're teaching them.
Okay.
But at the male, at the upper league, you demand performance from them. It's not about development because you want to qualify your club,
the first league.
your first league.
Okay.
So you demand full performance from them. But at women's football, you have to be patient. You have to learn how to teach them how to pass the ball, how to run with the ball. Every day you have to teach them that have been.
In 5 years, how do you see like world football in terms of women league?
I will see a massive improvement if just the way we started the path,
Okay.
giving the guests opportunity, providing subsidy to clubs, because with all money you cannot get it done.
Yeah.
They just increase the prize money. They need to increase the sponsorship money. That club will not struggle. For male team to struggle, it's easy. Like we can say they manage it.
Yeah.
But for the female, it's difficult. They don't want to even manage. If I have my woman and I'm providing full money,
Yeah.
my woman I will get a full money.
Yeah.
So if we get a female team and taking paid, they want to go on team that is taking paid.
Okay.
So if the FA will provide subsidy to the club to help beef up that club,
Okay.
it will help to maintain the level of football we have in the country. It will raise the standard, it will boost the standard of football. And so that's my advice. After 5 years, I can see all growing if only we will raise the standard.
Who's your greatest mentor ever since you've been coaching?
Locally. My greatest mentor, I would say the late Henry Brown.
Okay. Brown.
I saw him from motivated. He was teaching the game.
Okay.
He was not just coaching, teaching the game. And so I saw it and I decided I say, I did it. And then later, one time I was on FE, I saw the guy playing doing something.
Okay.
And I didn't tell him, I just started saying it.
Okay.
I admire his style at that time. I said, even though he's the deputy, he was deputy to Paper NCC.
Okay.
I said, even though he's a deputy, what I see from him, I'm learning. So he motivated me to that I can step.
Any final word?
My final word to the listening audience, first I want to say thank you for the invite to be here to talk about our football.
Okay.
And I want to say to the listening audience, this is our football we cannot give up in supporting the national team.
Okay.
All we need to do is to prepare push the right kind of recommendation that what we need to solve. Football is all about solving problems. We just need to motivate them.
Okay.
We need to pressurize the LFA, the government, to put more money into football to develop more programs because you cannot run programs with all money. So all of these programs we can see are going better. So they cannot give us say, oh, the national team is not doing well.
Okay.
That this other national team, Liberian football is this, Liberian football is that. No. All they need to do is they keep supporting, putting the right mechanism, pushing the right recommendation. And I can see in the next 5 years that we can meet international standard as compared to other countries who have tasted World Cup dream, who have tasted CAF like we left in 2002. I believe we can go back there if only we put the right mechanism in place. But they don't need to give up. They keep pushing Liberian.
We have a question and answer. It's just to call the name of the person and then we'll let it go. Coach Terry Cole has been our guest here on Weekend Wrap. Coach Terry, we have something here for you in terms of who do you think in the Upper Women League of Liberian football, who do you think is the best midfielder?
The women?
Yeah, the women football. Who do you think is the best midfielder?
The best midfielder in the women league, for me, I would say Beno Yante.
Beno Yante. She plays for...
She played for Simple, but she gone to the tennis.
Okay.
At her level, her IQ is high, but I see participating in a game, giving passes that even our teammate will say, Beno is difficult for them to score goals.
Okay.
For that kind of level, I think she's the best.
The best goalkeeper, who do you think? Ole Water. Because I think people...
I tell people, I say, I see Ole man like a vulture.
Okay.
I first go out to see flying to knock ball.
Okay. Who do you think is the best defender?
The best defender?
Choice Tokba. Who is your best striker in the league?
The best striker is Deconti Jackson.
Deconti. And who is your best forward? In terms of left forward, right forward, who is the best forward? Playing.
She just left the league, Bintu Silla.
Bintu Silla from Determined Girl. Yeah. Which club do you think is the best club? Just part Determined Girl winning the league.
The best club is Sion Put. I have a lot of homegrown players.
Sion with the local players.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which president of the club is the best president that you ever see since you've been coaching the Women League?
MS Glasgow.
MS Glasgow. Who is the best coach aside from you in the Upper Women League?
The best coach.
The best coach
that I see in the Upper Women League. I would take
Robert Latte. But he didn't win any game.
No, he was with them he won the league with them.
Okay.
He gave them the first cup.
Who is your best fan for women football?
The best thing for women football.
Elijah fan? Or the Shatter man? Shatter Angels guy?
The Shatter Angel guy. Yeah, he been pushing women football too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take the Shatter guy.
The Shatter guy, I'm just forgetting his name as well. Shatter Angels. In terms of best women team, which team?
Best women team in terms of
both the lower, the upper. Which team is the best women team in terms of that play and achievement?
If it comes to play,
yeah,
one team I admire that I can tell you. There was before Real Munja.
Real Munja. So you said Coach Cole said the best midfielder in Liberian football has been to Beno Yante. We also have the best goalkeeper. Alawado is the best goalkeeper. Best defender, Choice Tokba. Best striker. We have Deconti Jackson. And the best forward, whether right or left forward, Bintu Silla. Best coach in Liberia is Robert Latte. And the best club is Senior Female Professional. The best club president in the Upper Women League is President Emmett Glasgow. And the best thing comes from Shatter Angels. And the best playing team in the Upper Women League, Real Munja, is being our guest on the Weekend Wrap here on this Saturday morning. This Saturday morning, we've been here with Terry Cole, the head coach of Senior Female Professional. I'm Elijah Pine. We'll go for this break. When we come back, we'll drill you through in terms of what is happening at the level of Liberia Basketball Association. Big Sis on yesterday was a surprising moment. We have Spartak put it to NLPRC orders on BT Run. Let's go for this break to be right back.
Liberia's biggest and professional sports television station is now located at GSA and Rehab Drive in Painesville. Intel Sports is 100% Liberian owned. It is an exclusive sports platform that provides extensive and quality local content sports programs across the country. Follow us on our Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, or better still, on our app on Google or Play Store. For business purposes, you can contact us on these numbers. Intel Sports will remain Liberia's exclusive and best sports television station. On the live conversation, the analysis and discussions with the stakeholders, players, and fans live and direct on Intel Sports. Weekend Wrap comes your way every Saturday from 10 to 12 midday. Join your presenters, Elijah Pine and Edwin Batafoyan, live and exclusive on Intel Sports.
So welcome back, and like I told you, the Big Sis is in continuation at the Liberia Basketball Association, the SKD Gymnasium. On yesterday, it was what we refer to as entertaining match, and sometimes it seems to be a record-breaking moment for Spartakos. Spartakos won on to the PRC. So Martin Barrow and Spartakos secure win in the LBA Big Sis on yesterday. Defending LBA First Division champion Martin Barrow and newly promoted Spartakos both pick up victory on Friday 2025. The SKD Gymnasium in the Big Sis of the Liberia Basketball Association League. Martin Barrow edged Bourgeois Bull with 65-57 and an 8-point margin, while Spartakos defeated LPRC Orders 51-43 in a tightly contested match-up. And we also have, with the win, Spartakos first win into the game, that is into the Big Sis competition, having lost the opener match to NPA Panton 60-49 on Thursday. Meanwhile, Martin Barrow started their Big Sis campaign on a high note with this victory in the first outing. The big action continued this Saturday at the same venue with a full slate of features over the both male First Division and Second Division league. In the Second Division, the opening match will feature Bourgeois Dreams taking on Global Patton at 5 p.m., followed by Bourgeois Boros versus Cardinals at 5:30. The highlight of the game in terms of what happened, Intel Sports bringing to you live will be there on today again, continuing our what usually, like we said, we are here to promote Liberian sports from all background, keyboard, football, basketball, tennis, chess. This Wednesday, we will also have authorities from the Liberia Chess Federation on our show that will be on the Sports Extra to talk about what is happening in terms of chess activities, some allegations surrounding alleged misappropriation of funds at the level of the Liberia Chess Federation. And we'll also have to go on to the Taekwondo Federation where we'll bring in authority. Master Roger will be here as well on Friday. We'll talk about happenings at that level, at the sports level in terms of Taekwondo. I don't fight Taekwondo. I play football. So we'll have to bring you up to speed as well because we cover sports here in Liberia. It has been exciting on yesterday at the level of the Liberia Football Association. We also have youth coordinator of the Liberia Football Association went for a CAF executive management program in Cairo. That's a man, Wayne Gaga, have gone to Cairo, Egypt, to participate into the process. As you may be aware, the Liberia Football Association have presented the championship prize award to FC Facil. That is 20,000 United States dollars to the team, and that was received by the team. Is that the president or the vice president of the team? Lampard was there receiving that amount in the face of a check presented to the team. So it's all happening here. Kebe Lamy, also attend FIFA CAF female coach educator training in Rabat. That is the Federation of Liberia Football Association. Has also formally invited educator, the women's senior national team assistant coach Kebe G. Lamy to attend FIFA CAF female coach educator program to pave the way for training Liberia in Rabat, Morocco. She will also have to go there, access the knowledge, come back to Liberia, train some Liberian coaches as well for the development of our game. We've been here. My name is Elijah Pine. Till we meet again next week, when we bring you to action in the happening. I'm currently making my way at the Tusafi, where we have the National Fan-Based Association of Liberia undertaking that one-day tournament. That competition will have to see World Girls Participation, World Girls Fan Club, Shatter Angels Fan Club, Determined Girl Fan Club. We'll also have Liska, Mighty Barrow. We'll also have a lot of guys, SC Facil Fan Club. They will have to participate. But as I learned, SC Facil Fan Club will not be part of the competition. They have some issues in relating to participation, and they are working on some modality to be in the picture for the next season of the competition. On this note, I was here. My name is Elijah Pine.
On the live conversation, the analysis and discussions with the stakeholders, players, and fans, live and direct on Intersports. Weekend Wrap comes your way every Saturday from 10 to 12 midday. Join your presenters, Elijah Pine and Edwin Batafoyen, live and exclusive on Intersports. Intersports, Liberia's biggest and professional sports television station, is now located at GSA and Rehab Drive in Painesville. Intersports is 100% Liberian owned. It is an exclusive sports platform that provides extensive and quality local content sports programs across the country. Follow us on our Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, or better still, on our app on Google or Play Store. For business purposes, you can contact us on these numbers. Intersports will remain Liberia's exclusive and best sports television station. The exclusive sports show is a 1-hour conversation with policymakers, stakeholders, and direct actors in the sporting sector. The exclusive sports show brings you face to face with those who make the news in the sporting sector of Liberia. Join your host, Julius Compton, every Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. for the program, The Exclusive Sports Show, live and direct on Intersports. Mary Sports provides you with the opportunity to interact directly with the stakeholders in the sector, the players, fans, including technicians. It comes your way once a week, every Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. with a repeat on Thursday at 2 p.m. Midway Sports highlights major happenings and trending news, as well as captivating action and stories, all in the sector. Midway Sports. Exclusive Sports Show is a 1-hour conversation with policymakers, stakeholders, and direct actors in the sporting sector. The Exclusive Sports Show brings you face to face with those who make the news in the sporting sector of Liberia. Join your host, Julius Compton, every Thursday from 1 to 2 p.m. for the program, The Exclusive Sports Show, live and direct on Intel Sports.